lately I've been throwing this mouth bang in the truck with me too, and hooking it to a mag mount antenna to get out a little better, because that radio will do all of it.
That's what I got in my big truck right now, is a little handheld. Yeah, I got a handheld. I got my Yaesu in there, but I don't have anything for 220, so I just carry the little handheld with me. But pushing 5 watts, I can tell you, quick. So the units will be back there, so get back in service. I'm in service, 11, we got to come in again.
7 p.m.
Copy. 11, the Super Command, I'll come in there, clear return to service.
This is KB2OYI, calling the Richmond Amateur Telecommunications Society Net. Calling the Wednesday night RATS Net.
HD down there, please, but yeah, I prefer to be on full power mobile if I am.
I want to welcome everyone back to the RATS Net, which we do on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. on the 442.550 repeater, which does have a positive offset and a 74.4 PL tone. My name is Rob, Romeo, Oscar, Bravo, and my call sign is Kilo, Bravo 2, Oscar, Yankee, India, that is KB2OYI. And once again, I'll be your net control operator for this evening's net. But before we get things started, is there any station on frequency having any emergency or priority traffic? If so, please call now.
Roger, I just used it yesterday, so I went to the property and back, and I needed a radio other 2 meters, so.
Nothing heard, but if anytime anyone ever does have any emergency traffic, just please call break and that will yield to your traffic. Once again, folks, we meet here every Wednesday night, and we encourage check-ins regardless of your location, affiliation, or your license class. All properly licensed amateurs are always invited to participate, and the purpose of this net is general fellowship within our local amateur radio community, highlighting any local radio events, anything the RATS Club may have going on, like we did last weekend, and folks may have any questions. We at a minimum try to get you steered in the right direction. So, yeah. When checking in, please give your call sign and first name. Slowly, phonetically helps me out as well, too. Please state if you have any announcements or traffic for the net. We handle the traffic first, and then informal comments after that. Feel free to share about how your day went, and if anyone has any highlights from Winter Field Day, wherever they may or have participated, we'd love to hear all about it. And if you didn't get enough ham radio last weekend, this weekend, looking at my contest calendar, there is the Vermont and Minnesota QSO parties, and who doesn't love a good QSO party? And then looks like the 1010 International 10-meter single sideband event for phone is this weekend too. So maybe get yourself a 1010 number or help somebody get theirs. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get this list going. Let's take the mobile portables on here first. Mobile portable stations wishing to check in, please call now.
This is Kilo Delta 4, India, Romeo, Bravo, Mike at Hanover, no traffic.
I'm not going to have my unit sitting out here for another hour. Wait till they get there. I take copies.
Looking for any check-ins, general check-ins, whoever wishing to join us and get on the list. Please call now.
Kilo 9, Whiskey Victor Uniform. K9 WVU in Midland. No traffic.
Kilo Delta 4, India, Romeo, Bravo, Rob, you copy me?
Yes, KD4RB, Mike, I definitely do copy you. Stand by. You'll be first for check-ins, and that recognizes K9WVU. Anyone else out there wishing to get on the list, please call now.
Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Alpha Delta,
Randy and Western Henrico.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Uniform Oscar Romeo, Scott, Western Henrico.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Victor Echo Mike, David over in King William.
19 for Richard. 19 Glenn. I just reassure the both parties that PD does have the call and they'll get there as quickly as they can.
All right, Ned also recognizes KAD, UOR, and VEM. So that puts us at the first 5 check-ins. Let's go ahead and we'll start taking some comments, and then after David, we'll go ahead and do another call-out. So if you didn't get a chance to get in there, just please stand by. The list is short. I'm going to take a quick break and then share my Winter Field Day event highlights and all that good stuff, and then we'll go ahead and start with the check-in. All right, I spent Winter Field Day with the RATS Club at their event in Pocahontas State Park. We were very fortunate to have a nice miles a day compared to what we had been having, and had a blast. The RATS knows how to put on a Winter Field Day event for sure. Rumor has it that it's going to be at an even more grandiose site on Pocahontas State Park next year, possibly, so stay tuned for that. But had a great time chatting it up with some of the folks on here, Randy and Scott, and all the folks from the club. So thank you to Jeff, Bill, Rob, all the folks, Reed, everybody. Peter was out there. It was a good time, really good time. I got to set the radio, make a good collection of QSOs, so that was fun to throw those in the club's logbook, and yeah, had a great time. Jim Rubin was out there, so it's good to see him. So. All right, let's start off first with our buddy Mike, KD4IRB. Good to hear you tonight, sir. Your comments for the net, go ahead.
This is KD4IRB. Good evening, Rob, and good evening, everyone. It's really great to hear everybody, or a lot of you guys, after the holiday break. But I have not much really to report in here. I do not listen on the radio on field day at all. But in fact, I don't play that on the radio quite some time now. I have some other problem. Besides, I have to keep up with the housework and cooking and whatever. I have some car problem. I have garage door opener problem. And I have my DMR hotspot software crash. So I have a handful of stuff in here in the last couple of days. I still have no clue why my alternator on the car putting out 15.5 volt when supposedly 14.5. And I replaced the regulator, replaced the alternator, and still put out high voltage. So that's another problem I am working on. But otherwise, besides the housework and everything else, relatively everything quiet. And again, it's great to hear many of you guys after the holiday. KD4IRB.
All right, Mike. Well, first off, it's good to hear you. Second of all, sorry you got your hands full with all that. I feel your pain. I had to pay to get both rear wheel bearings done on my everyday beater-upper car, so I wasn't really wanting to do that. But I need to do the rear struts too, but I couldn't justify paying for both of those jobs. I fixed the immediate concern first, so. I'd like to figure out a way if I could somehow do that in the driveway without a lift, but I don't know. But yeah, I feel your pain. There's always something, but I guess it keeps us busy. But either way, great to hear you as always, Mike. I hope you're well. Let's clear with Mike. Let's go to our good friend Wayne, K9WVU. What you got for us tonight, Wayne?
Well,
hello, Rob, and hello, Annette. This is K9WU. I was only able to get out to field day Friday afternoon while Bill and Jim and the guys were setting up. So I did a few pictures, and he has them on the website now, so you can take a look at them. He's also polished. If anybody else has pictures from Saturday, Sunday, I'd like to have those too. I couldn't come Saturday because it was my daughter's engagement party. And a good time was had there, but I had to give all my attention to that. But that went off without a hitch, and everybody seemed to enjoy it. Last couple of days have been productive. I sat down and put all my taxes information together and sent it off to my guy who does it because I do not like dealing with the IRS in any way, shape, or form. And he got it back to me in about 2 hours. And I'm happy to say I was surprised with the nice return. It wasn't intentional. I don't know how it happened, but it did happen. Today has been long and just tracking and grocery shopping and all sorts of fun stuff, right? So there'll be some more shack in the day tomorrow. I work on it a little bit at a time. And I got it one step closer to the way I want. So I hope everybody had a good time at field day, and I hope everybody is enjoying this wonderful weather. My thermometer says it's still 58 degrees outside. There's nothing to complain about there, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to say 73, and I'll see you guys somewhere down the log. This is K9WTU, back to that control.
Hi, Wayne. Good to hear you. And yeah, I knew you weren't going to be out there Saturday, and hope the event went well. And I knew you were going to be there to snap pictures on Saturday, so I was intending on taking a few with my phone and then emailing them to Steve, but I kept my phone in my pocket most of the time and realized as I was driving back home, I took not a single photo while I was there. So apologize for that, but well, good job of getting the taxes done early. Man, what a great feeling when the government sends you back your own money, taking good care of it with, 0 rate of return. So, but either way, I'm glad you knocked that out. I'll be doing that probably in a couple weeks myself. I've joined the TurboTax world several years ago. So. All right, we will clear with Wayne. This is KB2OYI with the RATS vet. KO4KAD, Randy. It was good to see you out there on Saturday, and unfortunately, I didn't get to chat as much as probably would have liked to, but I do have the next breakfast you guys always go to on my calendar as a set of reminder, so hopefully we'll be able to chat while we eat some eggs together. Randy, your comments to the net. Go ahead.
KB2OI, K4KAD. Good evening, Rob and the group. Rob, I'm right there with you about your 0 rate of return on your own money. That was an excellent comment. Yeah, field day was great, and I enjoyed hanging out with everybody. Didn't get to stay as long as I wanted because I had something else to get to, but it was still fun, and yeah, look forward to breakfast. It's great that you're going to make it out there. Let's see. For me, the highlight of the field day weekend was actually a 2-meter simplex contact I made on Sunday with our friend Scott, ULR. I was up in Northern Virginia, and he was in Shenandoah somewhere, and I heard him call out on 5-2, and we were both mobile, and that was a good 2-meter simplex contact. Then I worked up, activated a park Sunday. Let me take a break. Went to lunch today with a bunch of hams over in Mechanicsville. That was a good time. And then decided to go activate another park and worked our buddy, well, he worked me, Doc, W4RYQ, worked me on 20 meters, hunted me down at the park I was at, and also made a DX contact, a guy from Spain hunted me down. So I've had a lot of radio fun the last couple days, and there is a ham fest this weekend, I'm told, down in Gloucester on Saturday. So that's all I've got. Thanks for doing it, Rob, and we'll talk to you later. 7-3 from KO4 KAD.
All right, Randy, thanks for sharing all that, and great job on that long-distance simplex contact. That's pretty good. Good work there, guys. Man, staying busy with all the activations for sure. So good work. Good work on that. So you guys definitely take advantage of the hobby for sure. And next on the list is again another one of area hams who really does a lot in radio and enjoys the heck out of it, as we should and hopefully do. Let's go next to KO4 UOR, Scott. Scott, long time no speak. Your comments for the net. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Rob, and everyone on the net. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. Yeah, I had a good radio weekend as well. Went down to Pocahontas State Park a little bit early. Probably got over there around 9:30. Activated the park, and one of my contacts was with someone who was already at the RATS. That was kind of fun. But yeah, enjoyed the eyeball QSOs. I hung out there for about 3 hours, and I guess about the first 45 minutes I was working on a trash bag sign to help people navigate to the event, because I know that I and at least 2 other people missed that last left turn and went straight and had to come back and then find their way down there. So, yeah. And then on Sunday, went up to the Skyline Drive. A lot of snow around still. That was beautiful. And activated that park. Not by calling CQ, but by answering Winter Field Day CQ. So that was fun. Like Randy said, made probably 8 simplex parks on the air contacts on 14652. So yeah, good time. And yeah, Rob, thanks for the information about this upcoming weekend. I like the state QSO parties, so I'll try to help them fill their logbook.
All right, Scott, well, good to hear you, and great work on that signage that you put up, because it got me to the destination. Last year, I did indeed miss that last turn, even though I'd been there the year before, but I still missed the turn and drove and ended up at somebody's wedding. But I was like, man, I don't remember driving this long on the road last year. But again, great job on the DIY sign for the event. All right, we'll clear with Scott. Let's go to David, KO4VEM. Your comments for the net. Go ahead, sir.
Well, good evening, Rob, and everybody on the net. I had to chuckle a moment ago. I ended up at the same wedding that you did last year. That was kind of interesting. I finally found my way back. I had all the plans to get there this year, and something came up that kept me from getting down there either day. But I was able to sit down on the radio for a little bit of time on Saturday afternoon, and I think I made 4 or 5 contacts on the West Coast on 10 meters. So that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Other than that, we haven't been doing a whole lot here. Looking forward to the Ham Fest down in Gloucester on Saturday. Planning to go down there Saturday morning. I understand it's like 9 to 4 on Saturday, and it's $10 to get in. So they're touting it on the web as a blowout. So I'm hoping it is, and it should be a lot of fun. So that's about all I have for now. Hope everybody's having a great day and enjoying this beautiful warm weather. We'll talk to everybody soon. This is KO4VEN. Back to you, Rob.
All right, David, good to hear you. And if you go to the Ham Fest, we expect a full report next week on all the goodies that you brought home. All right, that does the first round of the list, so let's go ahead and pick up any folks that want to trickle in. This is KB2OYI with the RATS set. Looking for additional check-ins. Please call now.
This is 4 Papa Kilo Romeo, Jim, Western Henrico.
This is K4NAG, Kilo 4 November Alpha Golf. Name is Nick. I'm Powhatan.
This is Kilo Delta 4, Yankee Victor Victor, 84 YVV, Jeff in Prince George County.
This is Kilo 4, Oscar, Whiskey, Uniform, Mike, Glen Allen.
This is Alpha India 4, Romeo November, Keith in North Chesterfield.
Hi. Halfway through that, my ARL ink pen that I've been using for the last, 4 years in the shack ran out of ink, finally. All right, net recognizers, PKR, NAG, YVV, OWU, and RN. So let's start at the top and pick up W4PKR, good friend Jim. Good to have you back on the net tonight. Your comments for the net? Go ahead.
Good evening, Rob, and everyone on the net tonight. First of all, you are loud and clear, but there is some fading on this repeater. I don't get it in quite as well as I used to get the 880 machine, but I can still communicate with my balcony antenna. I had fun at field day. I wasn't there much on Saturday. I saw you there. Didn't do any operating this year, but it was just nice to see friends, and I helped set up on Friday, so that's always a good time. And but it did give me the impetus to finally set up and I'm not done yet, my HF equipment. I have a mag loop, an MFK mag loop that had been in disrepair and unable to mount a unit for well over a year, maybe even longer. And my good buddy Phil at 4WLC fixed it. I brought it to his QTH, and he's got this huge, what do you call it, shop, and so we got it fixed, and it's back up on the tripod, and I have to just rearrange my desk here a little bit and get the ICOM 7300 back up and running. And start doing a little HF. So with that, I'll send it back to Rob at Net Control, and the net, this is W4PKR.
Hi, Jim. Good to hear you, and good to hear the news that the HF portion of the shack is getting put back in service. So look forward to hearing about some of the performance on future nets for sure. And it was good to see on Saturday. All right, we'll clear with Jim. Let's go to Nick, K4NAG. Your comments for the net, guys.
Good evening, everybody. This is K4NAG. I hope everyone had a fantastic time over at the Winter Field Day. I unfortunately was not able to make it, just coming down with something, so I figured it's just best that I don't share the little bug that I may have picked up, but doing better now. I did want to ask a question to the net if anyone does have an antenna and an analyzer. I'm actually in search of one to use temporarily while I build my 10-meter quarter wave dipole. But other than that, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their week. And I will turn it back over to the net. It's K4NAG.
Feeling better. Sorry you couldn't make it out there, and I would suggest just stand by to the completion of the net. Somebody out there, I'm sure, has an analyzer that's willing to help you out. If for some chance that the net goes to its finality tonight and no one does, I would suggest sending an email to the contact emails on the RATS website, either to the board or to the Elmer program folks, and I'm sure through one of those channels you will definitely get a reply and some assistance. So I would just stand by on that answer. We'll clear with Nick. Let's go next to Jeff, KD4YVV. Your comments for the net. Go ahead.
Really made it perfect timing. I was yawning. But anyway, that's all said and done. Yeah, we went up to the location I wanted to go to tonight, and unfortunately, they didn't have much room to sit. And I don't like to be in that kind of position. Nobody wanted to give up seats that they could have. So I'm just not going to say what it was about. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. But I'm glad to hear somebody on this repeater. Very few times I hear anybody that want to do one a day. I always monitor as much as I can. But outside that, it sounds like y'all did have a decent field day from what I'm understanding. And don't you know, I have to get hiccups now. But outside that, I'm glad to hear people on here. And we're out here located, like I said, in Prince George County, Virginia. We used to be in Colony Heights several years ago, and then we moved out here. So I love it out here. I love the Bambi. I love to see Bambi and the Eagles fly. So anyway, y'all take care, and we'll get on here another time. KD4YVV, back over to you.
Hey, Jeff, good to hear you. You're coming into the repeater nice and strong tonight. And, yeah, you know, the weekday daytime traffic probably isn't what we'd like it to be. But, you know, I know on my weekends, on days off on Saturdays and Sundays, I try to give a couple of call-outs throughout the day on Saturday and Sunday. So if you ever hear me or I hear you, I'll definitely answer you back. But, yep, good point. Let's try to give the repeater some love whenever we can. So, all right, this is KB2OYI with the RATS net. Next on our list is our friend Mike, KK4OWU. Your comments for the net. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, KK4OWU, Mike here in Glen Allen. I had a good time at field day. Brought my son and daughter over there. Technician manuals, they'll study it. Get on here quick, and we got there about 4 in the evening, and around till about 7, brought both granddaughters with us. They both enjoyed everything. Everybody was friendly. My daughter actually Bob's out there on the air and actually in contact with Massachusetts. So everything's good. Looking forward to further events. 73 is everybody. KK4OW.
Hi, Mike. Well, good to hear you, and I'm glad you got to get out there and have some fun and share in the fun with the family. That's great. That's important. And sorry I missed you. I was there from about noon to 2:30 or something like that, give or take. But yeah, so unfortunately, didn't get to catch up with you, but great work there and sharing it with the youngsters, and hopefully they catch the ham radio bug and just keep on rocking it, and they'll get their licenses soon enough. All right, let's clear with Mike. Let's go to Keith, AI4RN. Your comments from the net. Go ahead.
Good evening, Rob, and everyone on the net. Haven't had much going on, just enjoying the warmer day. I was able to get my Comp 7100 installed in my vehicle, and I'm using it now. It's working great. Don't have any other plans at the moment, but I am thinking about going to the Ham Fest in Gloucester, so we'll see. Be able to do that. Other than that, that's it. AI4RN, back to the net, 73.
All right, Keith, well, you're sounding good on the 7100. That's a fun radio and great radio to have in the car, for sure. I've fought and held back buying one of those for a long time, but I still kind of want one. All right, you have yourself a fine evening. If you do go to the Ham Fest, you have fun, and we want a full report next week on what you get. All right, that's the end of the list right now as it stands, so let's do another call out. This is KB2OYI with the RATS Net. Looking for any additional check-ins, please call now.
Looking for it right now. There it is. Your website if you want it.
All right, well, it sounds like that's it. So we'll go ahead and close the net down for this evening and return a repeater for regular amateur radio usage. And Nick, if you're still on frequency, again, go ahead and shoot those emails out to the contact folks that you'll see on rats.net. You'll definitely get an answer. I know for a fact there are folks out there that do have analyzers. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I don't analyze. I just tune. Hi. But, yeah, so with that said, I want to thank everyone for joining the net. You guys enjoy the rest of your week, and hopefully we'll catch you on the radio over the weekend. This is KB2OYI saying 7-3.
That was a good job.
KB2OYI W4PKR.
Go ahead, Jim.
Who's the person that's looking for to borrow an analyzer?
Do not. I'm sure
That's a K4 NAG.
And if he is still on frequency, I'll fade off to the background and let you guys pick up the conversation.
That probably listed.
Hey, good evening. This is K4 NAG. I was looking for an antennizer. I didn't quite catch your call sign. I heard Rob at KB2OII.
Okay, yeah, it's Whiskey 4 Papa Kilo Romeo W4PKR. The name is Jim Juliet India Mike, and you're Kilo 4 November Alpha Golf. Is that correct?
Hey, Jim, W4PKR, I got you. Yep, this is Kilo 4 November Alpha Golf. Nick, I'm building a 10-meter antenna. I don't have an antenna yet, so I was looking to use an analyzer. Good. I use a radio that's built in meter to see if I can get something that works and get on the air on 10 meters.
Okay, Nick, I can lend you an antenna analyzer. shoot me an email with your contact information at w4pkr@arrl.net. Copy?
Whiskey 4, Papa Kilo Romeo at ARRL.net. I will send you an email. I'll send my cell phone number. You'll have my email and name. That's fantastic. Yeah, that'd be fantastic if I can borrow that, and that'll help me get on the air, and we can figure up a meeting point. And yeah, I mean, whatever I can do in return, you know, if there's something I can pay for or anything I can do for you, just let me know. That's fantastic. So thanks, Jim.
Sure, Nick, no problem. What area do you live in?
So I'm in Powhatan, but I'm right by Westchester Commons, about 4 or 5 miles west of it. So I'm, 280. It's just a quick stone's throw away. But wherever I need to go, whatever's most convenient, I'm willing to do whatever.
Okay, fine business. So, yeah, send me your contact information, and I'll give you a holler.
Well, I really appreciate that, Jim. Thank you again so much. I'll go ahead and clear over here on my end. But Whiskey 4, Papa Kilo Romeo, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. This is Kilo 4 November Alpha Golf, same 73, and I will send you an email in a few minutes.
Okay, Nick, have a good rest of your night. K4NAG, this is W4PKR, and I'll be clear. 7-3.